everyone, welcome back to the Gen Con stream. We are here today to play the Ogre reveal script, since that was revealed last week. Yeah, should be a good time, should be a nice relaxing time. We've got 9 lovely people ready to hang out with the Ogre and figure some stuff out. So let's set up a game. The only thought that I've had about this game so far is that I think I would like Ogre to be a bluff, just because it hasn't yet, as far as I've seen much on stream. Like, there's been a lot of Ogres in play, because, don't get me wrong, Ogre is very fun. Ogre is also an extremely underrated bluff, I find. It's a little bit tricky, but I think especially for a minion, it can be a really, really fun one just to mess with people, to make people think that you're aligned when you're not. So I think what I'd like to do for this game is stick in Ogre as a bluff, which means we won't have a Baron, but we can figure out, maybe, honestly, Marionette Harpy might be really fun with the Ogre as a bluff. And then we'll think about what demon we want to stick in here. Actually, if we do a Vig, we could do a Vig, actually, because then Ogre as a bluff makes a little bit more sense. I don't hate this. Okay, let's start here. Let's start with a Vig, a Harpy, and a Marionette. So we'll put in an extra townsfolk and see who ends up next to our demon. Puka would also be cool. I'm not opposed to a Puka either. Let's see. I think it'll depend. Maybe we'll hold off on the demon and we'll see what townsfolk we want to put in, and then we can decide if it'll be a Vig or a Puka. Foolproof plan. Ogre Marionette would be a little bit nuts. I think I would lean away. Like, I would only make an Ogre the Marionette if I absolutely had to. Like, if the minion was on the other side of the demon and there was no Recluse to put the Marionette next to. So yeah, I think this will be an interesting one. Let's see. I think I want a Mathematician, because I really enjoy Mathematician and Marionette together. They're a really interesting combination where the Mathematician can kind of suss out the Marionette, because if that Marionette player is claiming to have wrong information, then they are not going to, like, the Mathematician won't detect that, because a Marionette getting false information won't appear to a Mathematician, because that's a Marionette functioning the way it should. So yeah, let's see what else we want to put in here. We have a good start. Mathematician. I think, you know what? I think I am actually leaning towards the Puka, and here's why. Because we'll hold off. I want a Recluse. This is the main thing that we're going with, is that I definitely want a Recluse, because I want to have that flexibility with where we're placing the Marionette. If we have a Recluse, that Recluse can register as the demon at setup, meaning that we can actually put that Marionette somewhere next to the Recluse if we don't want to put them next to the demon. So it gives us a little bit more options when we're deciding where that Marionette should go. Oh my god, you're right. It's 9 people. We only have 1 minion. Thank you for chat. I woke up real early today because I'm about to stream for 6 or 8 hours. Unclear. But yeah, okay, cool. So we actually only have 1 minion, which means we don't need a Marionette. We can still have a Recluse. That's fine. Ooh, now I'm sort of tempted. Okay. I think we'll either do Vig and Harpy or Puka and Marionette. Because we are... Yeah, let's... You know what? Let's do a Vig and a Harpy and a Recluse, because then if the Vigor Mortis kills the Recluse, if we need it to help the evil team, we can choose to have that Recluse register as a minion when the Vigor Mortis kills them, and so one of their neighbors will be poisoned. This is a really fun interaction. It's kind of a horrible interaction, but I think it's also one of those interactions where, like, yeah, Recluse is an outsider, and if and when you need to use it that way, in this situation, you can. So I think that'll be good. I don't mind putting in a Town Crier, because there's only 1 minion in this game, and there's the Recluse. So if the Recluse trusts the Town Crier, then the Recluse won't nominate. And the minion getting painted as a minion isn't that bad. So yeah, I think let's do that. Let's do this. Let's put in a Town Crier. I think I want to maybe avoid a Shugenja just because of the size of the game. And let's see. I think do I want a King and a Choir Boy? Do I not want a King and a Choir Boy? Let's see. Let's put in a cannibal, because I could see that going both ways. And then maybe let's just put in a chef, because with the recluse, like, we can, yeah, I think that's fine. And then we can give the cannibal numbers, and depending on what's going on there, that can work out. Let's see, we need 2 more. And they should both be towns. So let's have an oracle, because I think with a vig, an oracle is pretty good. Plus, yeah, that'll be good. We could do a king and put choir boy as a bluff. I actually don't mind that. Yeah, I think that's pretty chill. So we'll put in, yeah, okay, I like this. And I think we'll give ogre, empath, and choir boy as bluffs. Yeah, because in a game this size, the king will get info pretty quickly, which I think will be useful for the king, and we can actually give, like, useful information. I think that feels rated. That's like a strong town that's not too strong. So yeah, let's do this. Yes, for those that asked in chat, Ben is at UKGE, and so I will be doing a surprise takeover of the TPI stream after this. So that'll be a very good time, a very long time, but a very good time. And I ate so much food and made so many beverages in advance of this so that I'm prepared, but it's gonna be great. All right, that's 9 rolls. Let's send them out, and let's see what we've got. This should be good. Oh, we actually have a chef 1. That's amazing, because with the recluse, that's just gonna make Carrie look super evil to Daniel's perspective, or we'll make Daniel panic that he's the marionette to Lorinda. So either way, I'm not mad about that. Okay, cool. And a classic welcome to the stream moment for Arwell, who gets to be the demon in his first game over here. Yeah, this should be loads of fun. All right, and then let's stick these bluffs in here. I think, yeah, this will be quite good. Let's, what did I say? We said empath, choir boy. I think actually I might take empath out of the bluffs. No, let's do fortune teller. We'll do fortune teller, choir boy, ogre, just because I'm thinking about, like, giving the evil team a little bit of protection with these bluffs. Knowing that there's a cannibal in play, I'm a little bit hesitant to give something like noble, for example, because if I give noble, then if the demon gets like, if the demon's like, oh, I'm gonna bluff noble, what a great bluff, and then the cannibal's like, oh, great, you're the noble, why don't we kill you? Like, that's really rough for the demon. And so I find as the storyteller that sometimes when I'm thinking about what bluffs I'm gonna put in, I want to be a little bit more mindful of, like, how will good players in the game, based on their roles and based on how I think those good players are going to approach their roles, like, how will they interact with the things that the demon and the evil team are going to be claiming, and how can we kind of get some protection based off of that? So yeah, I think this should be good. Yeah, we'll do the rest of setup at night. So let's send them to sleep. Let's say hi to them first.
Good. So have fun with that.
Hi, everyone. Everyone say hi to chat.
Hi to chat.
Yeah.
Cool. And now go to sleep. Yay.
Okay.
All right. Well.
Amazing. All right. Let's. I believe George is first, but we'll just check. Yes. Let's let George know what the deal is. Hello.
Howdy, howdy, howdy.
Your demon is Arwell.
Beautiful. Love that for us.
Right? Amazing. Cool. Do you want to do your picks now? You can wait till later. Not picky.
I don't see a particular reason to wait.
Excellent.
So, it's tempting to make myself mad, because that's always fun. Yeah, why not? Let's live a little. I'll make myself mad. I would like to be mad that... who can I get with? Let's say Lorinda. Lorinda's always evil. That'd be easy.
Excellent. Great. The Harpy has selected you to be mad that Lorinda is evil.
Incredible. Thank you.
Yep. Cheers. I actually quite like that, because there's some flexibility there with how George wants to do this, especially with the marionette on the script and with it being a 1-minion game. If George made a good player mad and that good player was then not mad on a later day, that player would instantly know, like, to my perspective, it's a Harpy game. I can come out, I can tell everyone it's a Harpy game. Like, I know I'm not the marionette. I know no one's the marionette. I know it's not a summoner game. Like, that's really strong. Whereas by keeping it on himself, that actually gives some space if George wants to just, like, say, oh no, I was just like, I thought it'd be funny to claim that Lorinda was evil or something. Or I think because he's doing that intentionally, we can run with that a little bit, and that's quite sneaky. All right, and then let's get Arwell. Hello,
Hello.
hello. Perfect welcome to the stream character.
Yeah, hi everyone.
Amazing. Well, I have very good news for you because your minion is George.
Oh, great. And a non-marionette minion, even better.
Indeed. And I will let you know that three roles that are not in play are the fortune teller,
Okay.
the choir boy,
Okay.
and the ogre.
Oh, I'm safe. Oh, great. Nothing's. Oh, no ogre. That's a shame. Okay. Very good to know. Thank you.
Yep, cheers.
Cheers.
Cool. Yeah, I think that's a good balance. And it's one of those where, like, on one hand, as an evil player, especially, like, damn, no ogre. Like, no one can, no one can maybe pick me and join my team. But at the same time, I think it is also a little bit nice to know that there's not an ogre in play. Because when there's not an ogre, if somebody comes up to you and they're good and they're like, I'm the ogre and I picked you and, like, we're teammates now, you don't have to worry about whether or not that's true. You definitely have to, like, pretend like you're thinking about whether or not that's true. But don't need to worry because you know that they're definitely just a good player. All right, and let's see what else. We should also let Arwell know that Brandon is the king. Classic, remembering things that are listed in different orders in the night sheet. I think I will I'll just do the little cards for this one. So character, king, player, Brandon. Awesome. Excellent. So we've got that done. And then we've got our harpy picks. Let's give our chef a 1. Oh, what's really interesting here actually is that the mathematician is going to get a 0 because that chef 1 is just true. So I think that's going to be quite strong if and when Daniel and Jules talk. But that's okay. I'm not mad about that. Hello.
Hello.
You learn a 1.
Thank you.
Cheers. Cool. Yeah, and that's basically all we've got besides our math number. So let's grab Jules. Hello, hello.
Hi.
Yay, I love your rainbow
Right.
shirt too.
Oh, thank you. And also, it has a cloth on it, so yeah.
It's perfect. It's almost as good as when you wore a shirt that said sports to my sports game.
It's the same company, so makes sense.
Incredible. I love them.
Yeah.
Good. Excellent advertising as well.
Yes.
Yeah, capitalism. Anyways, well, I'm so glad you're here. I'm just gonna introduce you to chat if that's fine. Cool. This is Jules.
Yeah, sure. Hi, chat.
Yeah, amazing. Jules plays in my local group, which is super fun, and now they can play on stream too, which is even more fun. And now you have a triangle of counting because apparently, yeah, it wasn't enough. We were like, you know what, you're a teacher. You need to be the mathematician.
I'm a math teacher, so
Literally.
and I was like, it'd be funny if I got mathematician, and then here we are. So
here we are. I mean, something about the tokens on this stream, they just have a way. Like last week, I think it was Arif, bluffed atheist as the Baron, and then literally we played a second game, and he was the actual atheist, and I was just like, this is perfect. Everything. So yeah, now you're the mathematician, and you're the literal mathematician. It's great. We're nailing it. Anyways, you have a nice relaxing journey ahead of you as the mathematician because you learn that no one malfunctioned. 0.
Yep. I totally believe that.
Of course. I don't know why you wouldn't.
Yeah.
Yep. What a nice normal number. All right. Excellent. That should be good. Oh, I will tell them the later nights that everyone loves their hair. I'm really bad at looking at chat when I'm talking to people. Yes, Jules is an absolute delight. I'm really, really excited. Actually, I'm just going to wake them up right now because I think that'll be fun. And then I'll remember. Hey, nothing to do with the game. Just chat wanted me to let you know that everyone loves your hair.
I just did it. My partner and I are joking that it's Baja Blast color, so
amazing.
Yeah.
Love that.
Thanks,
Cool. Okay, that's all. I was like, I'm gonna forget if I wait till tomorrow night, so.
Okay, awesome. Bye.
Amazing. Yeah, they're absolutely fantastic. They're so much fun, and I was like, the vibe of this stream is very much the vibe that they bring to the games that we play in person too. So I was like, this makes sense. This is great. And school's out for summer, so now they can actually play at 10 a.m. on a Thursday. Awesome. And what's nice is that math is actually last in the night order, so we don't really have to wait around and mess around. At this point, we can just get everyone together and wake them all up. All right, so let's do it. All right, good morning, everyone. Overnight, I adopted a donkey and then died. Anyways, let's play a game.
All right.
That's great. I don't know why I was so confused by a donkey reference. Like, it could only be one thing, really.
What's really funny is that the ogre, like, thematically is actually not supposed to be Shrek. It's supposed to be, like, a fairy tale ogre. Like, I was talking to Steve about this because I was like, look at all the really dumb Shrek jokes I made. And he was like, it's not about Shrek. And I was like, I know, but it's funny.
It has to be about Shrek.
Yeah.
Who wants to be?
Yeah, London's the game.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I was going to claim fortune teller to implicate Lorinda, so I probably couldn't actually be the fortune teller.
Yeah, that's fine. What I was thinking of doing is killing you. You can come out and say you're the choir boy.
Yeah.
Then I'll kill Brandon, and then I'll come out as the actual choir boy, and you can say you're the ogre that picked me, or whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, perfect.
But unless you've got a better plan.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously we should try to recruit Lorinda because they're also evil, so there's probably something around amnesia ability that's making that happen.
That's weird.
But in the
Yeah, that is
meantime, maybe I'm good, so you could kill me at night, and that would then there'd be two
Yeah.
evil stuff.
Well, I did genuinely get told that you're my minion and Lorinda's my minion, so that would explain this
Oh,
weird
well,
ambiguity.
yeah, perfect then. Yeah, okay, that tracks with what I've learned. So, okay.
Okay.
Cool, yeah, I'll claim fortune teller today, but I'll come out with something else tomorrow. All right,
Sounds good to me. Let's go.
right, thank you.
What a plan.
So I'll be fine.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi.
We haven't said anything yet. We're still waking up.
That's fine. I figured as much. That's part of why I came, because I was like, it's just gonna be chilling.
Game related. I'm the town crier. What do you think of that?
Sounds great. Sounds amazing. Let's you know what? Yeah, I'm the soldier, so I will
You wanna just
nominate
switch?
for you. Yeah, okay.
That's a pretty solid switch.
But then I have to do admin.
Yeah, but I'll do the admin for you, okay? And I'll even claim it publicly because it's kind of something that people might think it's a double switch anyway.
Yeah, right. Okay,
Like
fair enough.
I'll claim soldier when I talk to people, but like I'll do all the chatting publicly. So I'll summarize who's nominated and stuff in the morning, and you can just write off of that.
Yeah, and then I try to get people to nominate. That sounds great.
Cool.
Okay, sweet. Thank you.
Sick. Let's do it.
Bye.
Love that. Yeah.
Why not?
Why not? Why not?
It's a harmless little bluff, whatever.
Exactly. It's totally fun. There was a game that I played like 2-3 years ago, maybe. I think it was at Strange Games, where Ed and I were sitting next to each other. We were two good players. Day one, first thing, he hard claims Oracle, I hard claim Monk, something like that. We roll swap. Neither of us are those characters, and we're just confidently in a roll swap for the entire game. And it was great. We're like, this is fine. So, you know.
Yeah, I really want to get into a game of TV where I'm just the Baron or something. I just get into like 700 roll swaps and just hard claim. I'm like, no, I'm definitely those roles to every.
And then when someone calls
person.
you out, you're like, oh no, I'm in a roll swap. It's fine. And they're like, but
Yeah, exactly.
it has levels. It has levels.
Exactly. It is
It's
not
so
my
fine.
fault that someone lied to me.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna be great. I was about to say, I remember, speaking of people like lying to you and you're going like, it's not my fault. There was a game where there was a drunk investigator who had a spy ping on the librarian and like someone else, and I was the demon, and I spoke to the librarian for literally 8 seconds. Like I went back and counted because I was like, there's no way it was that long. And they killed me on like day one because they were like, you had a really long chat with the spy. And I was just like, one, he's not the spy. Two, it was 8 seconds. And then I just died and we lost it. Everyone was so confused when the reveal happened. It was like, hey, this person's the librarian. Everyone was like, what did we just do? I love the energy of that. I'm just like, everything is so wrong, and you're still winning. So
It's great.
Yeah.
Was this a TV game? I love TV games.
I think it was literally just TV. Like, I was the imp. And yeah. I love TV, so like, I always want to run TV. I'm like, TV is great. It's gonna be good. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Let's actually have some chats. Okay, bye.
Yep. Bye.
But come and check in. I've got some very exciting information. I don't know about you.
I do not have any exciting information, but I'd love to hear yours.
Sure. I mean, it's admittedly been made a little bit more difficult.
Uh-oh.
He'll be back.
Oh, what was the exciting information? I need to know.
We'll never know.
Oh, there he is.
Nailed it. So
That was your dramatic reveal. The information is I'm leaving.
as I was saying, so I'm the fortune teller. And last night I
Ooh.
picked myself and Lorinda, and I got a yes.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Cool.
So somebody has told me, I haven't spoken to Lorinda, but somebody told me that they claimed Recluse, which I hate.
Yep.
Because, I don't know, like, it's the Ogre release script, we're a base squad outsider, I don't love a Recluse claim here.
No. I also heard a chef one, which is fun. So we could kill around them.
Yes, that would be super interesting. If we got like as a cannibal, that's fascinating. Okay, yeah, I will campaign for Lorinda's death because it's such claim, and there's I assume I'm not my own red herring. That would just have Lorinda as evil, I think. So
Yeah.
yeah, we should kill him. What are you, by the way?
Cool.
If you don't mind me saying?
I am the monk or the soldier.
Fair enough. Well, if you're the
There's
monk, you should
not
definitely pick me.
dying happening. All right, cool.
Right, cool.
We'll do.
Good luck.
Maybe. All right.
How you been?
Good. How are you?
Life is good, man. I can't complain. Shall we just go hard and go ahead and claim what we are?
Yeah, sure.
I mean, what's the point of dancing around the subject?
Well, then you
Who
get
are
to
you?
dance.
I'll tell you.
Sure.
Hmm,
Wait, just
but
to
the
establish-
dance is important. Okay,
I'll start
I
the
think
dance. I'll start
Yeah.
the dance off to establish trust.
Yeah.
I'm the king.
you're the king.
I am.
I'll tell the king the truth. I am the cannibal, but I am
Okay.
going to be. I'm claiming recluse to other people. I am
Nice.
in a swap. I am in a role swap with someone else.
Okay.
So someone else is going to be
Lorinda-
claiming cannibal.
Loren is also claiming cannibal. Is that the person I should be protecting, or is there somebody else? I mean, recluse.
Yes. Yeah. So I'm in a role swap with Lorinda. So do not
Got
tell anyone else.
Instead of kill them.
I'm the chef with a one.
Oh, okay. Well, interesting. So then there's two claims of chef one.
Oh, that's
Unless
very
you
fun.
swap with somebody.
Not with my knowledge. I told someone I was a chef with a one. Maybe they're just taking what I told them.
No, because they were the first chat I had of the day, so they could not have talked to you yet.
Interesting. You know what? You sound good. I'm going to tell you. I'm not the chef.
Okay, yeah.
I'm trying to look like I'm something useless for the demon not to target.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's fine. I figured something like that was happening. I don't really like killing into double claims because there's so many good reasons to lie. So
Yeah. But do you want to share anything about what you are? Oh, we've got to go back.
all right. Okay, cool. Talk to you
Thanks.
later.
I promise that
Sounds
wasn't a
fair.
spite gong, as much as it might have seemed like one. Hi, Brandon.
Hi.
All right, welcome back, everyone. I don't know if there's anything anyone wants to share publicly. We'll give it a couple seconds before noms open.
I'd just like to voice my distaste of ways to waste the storyteller's time. There's none of them, and I'm disappointed by this fact.
I mean, there's nothing stopping you from juggling. You could always be Jennings.
Have we heard of a king? Let's start somewhere.
I have heard of a king.
Interesting.
I've heard of a
Okay.
king.
I've also heard of a demon. Like, somewhat conclusively.
Well, let's go back to the king thing first. Who's the king?
That would not be me.
Okay. And then George, who's the demon?
Lorinda, apparently.
Okay, pretty good.
Ah.
Pretty good advice.
All the information points to it.
I I've heard of a chef
Nominations
one.
are open.
Oh, well, that's concerning.
Yeah, I'll nominate Lorinda.
All right. Anything else you'd like to add to this?
Well, yeah, so I'm the fortune teller. I picked myself for Lorinda, and I got a yes. Now, I have heard potentially a reason why this might not be as valid information as you would prefer, but I did get a yes on Lorinda. And, like, well, I mean, Lorinda's probably evil. The claim's iffy at best. It's a vigor script, so outsiders are basically all liars anyway. Let's kill them.
Lorinda.
It's basically all lies anyway, and then you want to kill me based on information that is lies?
I said outsiders are basically all liars because it's a.
Oh,
vigor
I'm not
script.
outside. I'm something. I'm a very important townsfolk.
Oh, then we should kill you.
All right. Good chat.
There
Takes
is
5 votes.
There is reason why this could be bad information.
Starting now.
Just
Also-
unrelated, has anyone got Harpy
Also, there's
vibes from anyone
Harpy
here?
on the script. This feels very much like Harpy Madness.
Yeah.
I would conclusively deny the role of any madness in this.
4 votes is not enough. Lorinda is safe.
Sam nominates Rob G.
Alrighty.
I've heard of an investigator who's seen a harpy between George's neighbours.
Rob.
I'm not the Harpy.
Okay, well,
That
sorry.
actually does make it interesting with the other information I've heard. So, yeah, cool.
There's no investigator on the script.
Damn it, Arrow!
The
Oh,
most interesting part of all.
Take a
It takes
second.
5 votes to put Rob up for execution. Starting now.
I like the insinuation that there's a
Just
harpy in play.
I cannot judge you all
I'm-
less because I was once marionetted for about 3 days before realizing there was no marionette on the script, so it's fine. 1
I
vote is not
did
enough.
note down those investigator pings. I'm so
I
sorry.
went back to the script and I looked so hard. I was like, "What? I
Can
didn't see an investigator on here."
I will nominate George, please.
All right. Pourquoi?
So based off of the chef information and the investigator information, George is just the demon. So I think we should go for this.
Good point.
All right.
Night 1
George?
re-rack. Let's go.
Admittedly, the fortune teller information does implicate me. Unfortunately, I am the fortune teller, so would not want.
All right. Takes 5. Starting now. Two's not enough.
Can Daniel nominate Arwell, please?
Sure.
We've exhausted all of the evil pings, and 2 of those are my neighbours, so I'm not voting on them. Arwell claimed a you start knowing roll, so if there is a cannibal, it would be good to get some food for the cannibal this early in the game.
Arwell.
Number 1, I've already told the cannibal what I am, so they could just bluff whatever when I get executed. Number 2, I'm not the chef. And number 3, if we don't execute anyone, we can conclusively rule out summoner. Please don't execute me.
All right. Takes 5. Starting now.
I've heard of a monk, and a soldier, so we can't really conclusively rule out summoner.
Oh, conclusively rule out, I think.
Well, four is conclusively not enough.
Yes.
It's really hard
Rocky
to get votes on
nominates
for an
Daniel.
All right.
Say it again. Daniel.
I have no marionette fear, and I've heard that Daniel is sitting next to a recluse, so in at Chef 1.
Daniel?
Yeah.
The person who was claiming chef has just backed down from being the chef. Not me.
All right. Takes 5. Starting now.
I don't know how I feel about both Daniel's neighbours voting for Daniel. But here we are.
No fear. 5 is enough. Daniel is about to die. It's been quite a lot of nominations, so I will give it, I don't know, 5 more seconds.
I nominate Brandon nominates Harry.
Okay.
Listen, this is a total social play. I have no mechanical information, but Carrie's really tired. He's been up all night. It's 3 o'clock there. It's time for him to go to bed. And he's a little stuff. So I think he might be evil and tired. So I think we should just vote for this and then continue the game and let him go to bed.
Love that for you. Carrie?
The night has just started for me. I don't know. Based off socials, I think you're the one that's more sus considering all of these nominations and a town crier on the scripts. So let's look towards that instead.
All right. 5 to tie, 6 to die, starting now.
Petty defense to try to flip it back. I get you. Now I know you're evil. I'll just get you another night.
Brandon, we're evil together.
Never.
Surprise! 1 vote is not enough. Closing the day in 3, 2. All right. Daniel is executed. And dies. And you all go to sleep.
I'd like to applaud Lorinda, Jules, and Arwell for their restraint today.
Oh, I should have muted before I laughed, but that's really funny from Sam because he's about to get. I mean, it's still genuinely in a 1 minion game, it is actually kind of useful information because you know that those 3 people cannot be the minion if you trust your information. But it is extremely funny. All right, so yeah, what's even better actually for the evil team in this situation is that George, who's the real minion and the only person that Sam, well, I guess technically Sam can get information based off of Lorinda, but as George is the minion, he nominated first, and so there wasn't really any space of like the minion sort of jumping in later and being like, oh, I'm going to try and nominate to, you know, make sure to muddy the town crier waters, as it were. I think a lot of good players might have looked like that to Sam, but the actual minion didn't. So in that sense, helpful for evil. At the same time, I think Daniel's chef information is really, really strong, and depending on whether or not Rob gets true information tonight, might continue to be really, really strong. So we will see what happens. I believe we go to George first. Yes, so let's find out who is going to be mad today.
Unfortunately, yes.
Hello.
Hello. So I think what we're going to do here is we're going to have Lorinda the recluse register as evil to people in this game. So let's have Lorinda register as evil to Jules, please.
So Jules is mad that Lorinda is evil.
Yes.
This is incredibly funny, and I'm really excited to see it play out.
Excellent. Thank
Yep.
you.
Cheers. Hello.
Hello.
As much as I would like to say this is how fast I am at math, that's just utterly not true. What I am here to tell you is that the Harpy has selected you to be mad that Lorinda is evil.
Yeah. I love being mad. Love it. Okay.
Oh yes, someday we will run a variation of the madness script with all released characters.
Oh, great. I also love that the harp. I don't know if it was just random or if they just knew that I would enjoy this, but I'm happy that they picked up on that vibe already.
Amazing. Well, enjoy, have so much fun, and good luck.
Great. See ya.
Cheers. This is good. This will be great. I really just enjoy the silliness of like, oh, here's a person that registers as evil. Everyone is gonna be mad that they're evil. Like, that's just fun. So yeah, can't be too mad about it. Let's find out now who's gonna die. I know during the day we overheard the evil team talking about a plan that they had to make to kill George first, which I think I like, especially because then we have a really interesting choice to make in who we're going to poison. But either way, let's find out who's dying. Hey.
Hello. Well, I'm the Vigor Mortis, and according to the ability, I should kill my minions. But also, Jules is apparently the monk who's going to protect George. So I'll kill George, and if it goes through, great, and if it doesn't, great.
Awesome. All right, George it is.
Thank you.
Alrighty, so that I think is pretty good, honestly. I like that the evil team has a fun plan that they're going for, so we're gonna stick a little dead and then also has ability to represent that George gets to continue being the harpy. And because of the way that the poison works, we now get to pick whether Rob G, the cannibal, is poisoned by the Vigor Mortis's ability or Jules the mathematician. And what I think what we need to do is think carefully about what things are in play that could cause misinformation. Because I think what's honestly tough here is that let's start with Rob G. If Rob G is poisoned, then we can give the wrong chef number to Rob G. We can't really, I guess we could give a 2, but a 2 would be quite weird because a 2 would literally just mean the entire evil team is Carrie and Brandon, I think, to Daniel's perspective, or it would be like openly wrong, which would be a little bit funky. If we give a 1, which is the true number, then yeah, I think what I'm leaning is that Jules should be poisoned, and my apologies because I'm not fully the way that my brain works, I like find the conclusion before I know how to explain why I think that's right. So we're just gonna run with this. I think if we give Jules a 1 and we also give Rob G a 1, that could potentially point more toward, like, there's a lot of information that could be wrong, and I think it's better to have the mathematician running around going like something is wrong, like people shouldn't trust their information, than it is to have the then I think it's solvable. It's going to be a little bit tough, but I think I'd rather poison the mathematician, because I think if Rob gets a wrong number, it's a little bit easy to just go, oh well, George is a Vigor killed minion and there's a chef 1 and that's the right number, so let's just kill Arwell. Whereas I think if we give Jules the wrong number, then any of Carrie, Sam, and Rob could think that their information is wrong, but they won't know which. And given that there's supposed to be 2 outsiders in this game, and no one obviously is claiming to be the drunk, I think that could be potentially quite interesting. Carrie is going to get a sober 1 tonight, and so I think the best thing we can do is poison Jules and give them either a 1 or a 2, honestly, because a 2 might be quite strong, because a 2 could mean that Lorinda the Recluse, who, let's check, did Lorinda nominate? Lorinda did not nominate. Okay, so Lorinda cannot misregister to Sam. I actually don't think Lorinda can misregister to anyone, really, except for the new chef number. So I think we have, I think we have to give Jules a 1. So yeah, we'll give Rob a 1 because the chef was executed. Let me pretend like I actually use reminder tokens. We'll give the poisoned mathematician a 1, even though the only person malfunctioning is them. And Sam gets a yes, and Carrie gets a 1. All right, and in no particular order, let's wake all these guys up. Hey.
Hello.
You get a 1.
Unfortunately, that can be so many things. But a 1 there are. I think that can be empath, mathematician, oracle, chef. Great.
Really narrows it down,
Ooh.
doesn't it?
Really narrows it down. It will really make me sound like a real cannibal when I just give her one.
I'm definitely
It's
not
like the
guessing
most-
because this
I
is the
think on the
most
script,
likely
it's like-
piece of information.
Yeah. Okay.
Love
Thanks,
that for
James.
you. Yep. Good luck.
Right.
Oh, that's quite fun. I do actually like that about this script, that there are a decent number of things that you could just be like, this is what happened to me. This is right. I'm confirming you. That's a good point to Rob said, because I think on our end, like, I'm sitting here going like, oh, it's going to be like really obvious that like Rob is, confirming Daniel, but it's not actually, because there's lots of things that he could be. All right, let's continue the streak of telling people ones. Hey.
Hello.
You get a 1.
Am I the marionette? We shall see. Okay. Thank you.
You'll find out.
What?
Woohoo!
Sure. Thanks.
Yep. Bye. Oh, I love that. Yeah, that's so true. Last week was 2s. This week is 1s. Yeah, the mathematician is a very it's a very interesting role. It's honestly one of the hardest roles to run in the game, I find, just because it's really tricky to be able to track like what's happening that is wrong, what's happening that is right. One thing that's particularly tough with the mathematician is that if someone is being affected by another ability, for example, like a player is poisoned or drunk, but that player who is poisoned or drunk receives true information, that doesn't actually register to a mathematician, because the mathematician is only detecting when somebody's ability actually yields false information or works wrongly because of someone else's ability in the game. So if your ability, like if you're, if there's a philosopher who picked your role and you're drunk because of the philosopher, but then the storyteller thinks, oh, it's better to give true information to this person, even though I'm philo drunk, I'm still not going to register to the mathematician as having, malfunctioned because I got true information anyways. That shouldn't be too relevant in this game, but yeah, what's interesting on this script in particular is that with the drunk and the marionette, those are players who will think that they're receiving the right information, but regardless of what information they receive, they can never register to a mathematician, because if they're malfunctioning because they're the drunk or the marionette, that's not actually malfunction, that's just how their real ability is supposed to work. And now let's go tell Sam the most shocking news of the evening. Hey!
Hi. I have a
You
rules
are-
question for you.
Yes?
If the cannibal eats a magician, nothing happens, right? Because then your demon info is gone.
Currently, yes. That'd be fun to make better, now that I think about it. Seeing as
Okay,
one of my
cool.
jobs is literally to make interactions that are bad better, I'm like,
I don't know if there's anything useful there, unfortunately. Just because...
I don't know if there's anything you could do that would make it better, but...
All right,
Yeah.
cool. We can put cannibal in the
Yeah.
script. Anyway, this game.
Yes, you need, yeah. Let me get myself back together. You're absolutely flabbergasted. You're shocked, Sam. You can't believe it. A minion nominated yesterday.
Unbelievable.
I know, right?
Unbelievable. All right, cool. Thank you.
Unreal. Yep. Yeah, this is actually, it's one of the fun things about my job is that like we do get to actually spend time trying to make improvements to things. So like one of the things that I'm doing right now is looking at characters that if you were to look at 2 characters and go like, oh, I wouldn't want to put those on a script together because those like don't play nice together. They're not fun to have together. Like one of the things that we do is look at those characters and say, what could we do to make it so that people have the opposite reaction, where there's 2 characters and they interact in such an interesting way that you're like, oh, it'd be really fun to put these on a script together. Like I want to see that play out. That's interesting to me. That's exciting to me. So yeah, let's, I believe it's just Jules left. So let's give them an incorrect one. Hey.
Hello.
We in night school, that's where we are clearly.
Mm-hmm.
you're not so excited today because you learn a 1.
1. All right. Interesting.
I love that you're complete with the notebook. It's amazing.
I forget things. I literally
Oh.
just wrote night 1, 0, night 2, 1. That's all.
No
that's written
judgment.
there.
To be clear, once I was the I've forgotten demon bluffs before. I was the washerwoman once, and I literally,
Oh my god.
I was like, okay, like I remembered that I had been told a mayor, and I remembered one of the 2 people, but I literally forgot who the second person was. So I went to the first person and was like, I really hope they're the mayor, and I was like, hey, are you the mayor? And they were just like, no, and I was like, shit. So it's fine.
I mean, in person, like, you have to pay attention and remember, like, the first time I was the demon, I was so freaked out that I, like, legit wasn't positive about one of my minions. I was like, it's a guy over there somewhere. I hope I can remember which one it is, because
I think the
if
worst.
I don't, that will be bad.
The worst I've ever had was one game in person where I was playing at somebody's house and I was like, I didn't know most of the people and I was the spy, and me trying to give the grim to my demon was easily like the funniest thing on the planet, because I was just like, the 1 2 over from you I think is the Raven Keeper, but he's the drunk, so like you don't need to kill it, or like it's just a complete and utter, everything was wrong. It was yeah.
Spy plays really differently in person, for sure.
It's so
like,
fun, but it's so silly
to remember. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Amazing. All right.
Cool.
Well, good luck.
All right. Yeah. Thanks.
Cool. Yeah, so that's our whole night. Brandon should start getting information, I believe, tomorrow night? Maybe? It depends. Maybe I don't know how to count. I might be wrong about that. Yeah, we've done everything we need to do, so let's wake him up.
My coffee's something good.
Good morning. Just kidding. Now it's morning. I was like, I'm talking. Anyways, the sun it was just like, it was a little cloudy at first, you know. We're in the Bay Area, like it was super foggy, and then the fog is lifted and it's day, and as the fog lifts, you realize with horror that the dead body of George is lying at the base of the bluffs.
Ah, fuck.
Ooh.
Star pass.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's fine. Sure.
Yeah.
I'll be mad yesterday. It may not shock you to learn.
Oh, you're a harpy, Matt?
Yeah. Yeah, I fortune teller picking myself when Lorinda was basically the only way I could come up with like a mechanical reason to think Lorinda was evil immediately. And then they gave recluse, and that was very awkward. But yeah, so yeah, I believe you, but you are now vulnerable.
Okay. Well, find out who you trust, and then I guess we'll go from there. It sucks that you're not alive if I die. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So the only thing I have to go on is I had a conversation with Jules yesterday where they gave me monk or soldier to 2, and because I was playing fortune teller, they said that if they were the monk, they would pick me, and I'm dead.
Ah. Okay.
Obviously, if they're not the monk, then there's nothing to do about that. But if they do claim monk to people, then that's worth considering.
Okay. All right, let's hit the streets and figure out what we can learn.
All right, I'm Ellie.
All right, see you in a bit.
Okay, I'll put you down as a town crier, and then yeah, I'm happy to share my number once more people start dying.
Okay, well, I mean, your neighbor died, so that's more than a lot of empaths could really ask for.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I'm going to go speak to George and see what's going on. But okay, I'll put you down as town crier. Thank you.
Bye.
Okay, yep. Cool.
James.
Hey.
Wait, how do
What's up? I asked you a rules question of the night, and I need to have cover for having asked that rules question during the day.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yep. A rules question that I am now answering for you. It's a really interesting interaction, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I really like Town Crier in 1 million games like this, because even on nights where you get a bunch of nominations, because
it's
the
still
base
useful.
minion counts 1, it's very useful.
Yeah.
So crossing my fingers and hoping for not Little Monster. But yeah, good start so far.
Awesome.
Yeah, interesting. So if it is a role swap, then that could be Demon trying to lock down. Yeah, either way, depending on a number of other outsiders we hear from, Lorinda might be confirmed if we don't hear from an Ogre or a Klutz.
Yeah, I've not heard from an Ogre.
Okay, but that makes me more concerned about Kerry. Essentially, Lorinda is either evil or the Recluse, and then the Chef 1 would either need to be Kerry Lorinda or maybe Arwell Jules.
I kind of trust Jules. I
don't have a claim from Jules. So
I've got a claim from them, and they weren't like nobody grabbed them straight away to go talk to. They were hanging around in town a bit, so it didn't feel like, certainly not a demon anyway.
Okay.
Maybe I'm wrong, but I'd be more inclined to think Sam Brandon if it is over there.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Thank you.
I'm just gonna. I've started, so I'll finish. So I'll just
Yeah, that's fine. So Jules told me that she has been claiming Monk and Soldier, but neither of those.
Okay.
Sam and Daniel know their real role.
Okay.
Do you have any other claims?
So Daniel told me yesterday that he thought he was the drunk based on his information, which I put him down for Shugenja based on the Recluse. But Lorinda told me that if they're the cannibal, they learned a 1 last night.
Interesting. Maybe that's why Daniel was pushing on me because I was claiming Chef.
Could be an empath thing.
Yeah, I should talk to Daniel. I'm telling people I'm the empath now as well. But yeah, still planning to back into Choir Boy at some point.
Okay, yeah, I've told Brandon I'm the Choir Boy, so what I will do is I will say that you're the Choir Boy and I ogred you. So.
Oh, great! I mean, this can't go wrong.
Yeah, seems absolutely fine.
Here's the problem, Kerry, is that none of us is going to want to nominate Brandon, surely, right?
Well.
Are you gonna? Because I'm not doing it. Are you gonna do it?
Oh yeah. Well, he outright told me that I'm not the marionette, so.
You told me the same thing. I'm still not gonna do it.
Let's do it. I reckon we do.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Once again, I mean, you don't need too much time to talk, but just feel free to talk it out, and then, momentarily you can also nominate.
Just to finish up, George, I didn't lie to you, but I think I must be the drunk based on the info.
Interesting.
Just so everybody knows, I was the chef for the 1.
Cool.
Okay. Also, while we're doing public service announcements, I don't want to shock you, but I was actually harpy mad yesterday about Lorinda being
No!
I'm not actually the fortune teller who picked Lorinda and got a yes. I'm the fortune teller who picked somebody else's alive and got a no.
How dare you?
That clears me then.
Cool, yeah.
That's how being cleared works, right?
No. But...
Yeah, I don't know about all that, but just I still get some weird. But well, with the chef too, I'm like, this may be evil, maybe not, but let's kill Carrie.
Chef 2?
Yeah, I think Chef 1.
He's probably evil, right?
Chef 1 twice makes me think that Kerry might be innocent.
No, I think from Jules's perspective, I'm probably evil.
Okay.
And let's move on from that.
Good. Nominations are open.
I would like to nominate Carrie, please.
Alrighty.
Yep, Chef 1. Lorinda evil, question mark, Lavender recluse, question mark, Carrie sitting next to Lorinda? Yes.
Carrie, you are sitting next to Lorinda.
I am sitting next to Lorinda, and what a great spot this is. Yeah, no, I
Sorry,
don't mind.
Carrie, I haven't talked to you. But...
No, that's okay. I have information clearing you, so it is unfortunate that you're pushing on to me. But I think we should be looking on the other side of town. Yeah.
All right. Takes 4 to put Carrie up for execution. Starting. No. Four is enough. Carrie's about to die.
I'll nominate Brandon, please.
All
For
right.
what?
I had a really suspicious conversation with Brendan. I don't know whether that's how he plays. He reassured me that I'm not the marionette, so I'm happy to go along with this. I can't shake the feeling of that random last minute nomination when there was already 5 nominations, and then Brendan decided to nominate again just to kind of fuzzle up the town cry info. But yeah, let's see what you have to say for yourself.
Brandon.
These are all bold-faced lies to get the attention off of you. You tried to do the same thing when I nominated you last round. Hard claim to many people. If I'm bad, then it would make no sense to the game. The demon already knows who I am. I'm the king. So I'll just say it out loud. I'm the king. I've been the king from day one.
Oh,
so
okay.
it's
In
a
that
waste
case,
of time.
I can stop making that forfeiture information and just say I'm the choir boy. That's much easier.
All right. 4 to tie, 5 to die. Starting now.
I mean, that felt like a mistake, if I'm being honest, George. Announcing that the choir boy is dead. But
what could you do? I'd rather the demon killed the king than we execute the king.
All right. Well, Brandon is incredibly safe. The most safe that you could possibly be. And Carrie is still about to die.
Except for at night.
Time Crier is currently at 2, by the way. It may not be relevant anymore. But just something to consider.
Closing the day in 10.
I feel bad about not voting on Brandon. I am very worried about that
5,
now.
I've got suspicions on George.
3. All right. Carrie is executed and dies. And he's still sitting next to Lorinda. Good night. All right. I think Sam is going to get probably more helpful information today, but less so in the sense that since George is dead and Lorinda is actively not nominating because they know that Sam is in play, or that the town crier ability. I think Lorinda is choosing to basically say, I am going to not nominate because I want the town crier to get information that cannot be impacted because of my recluse ability, which is, I think it's a good choice to make as the recluse. It's not the only choice to make. Like sometimes it's more important to nominate, but it's definitely a choice that I can respect, and I am sure Sam really appreciates it. So I think that's a good thing that's going on. I think there's a really funny dynamic going on between Carrie and Brandon right now, where they just, to each other's perspective, they both look pretty evil, but I also think Carrie is starting to maybe build the world where his information is true, in which case what's going on with George is going to be very interesting. But either way, let's find out who's going to be mad today. Hey.
Hello. We're building a bit of a clown car here. I don't really expect it to last long on the road, but
it's fun though. It's covered in silly rainbows and horns, and we're all having a good time. So that's what matters.
So relatedly, it doesn't sound like Lorinda might actually be the recluse. Maybe it's a roll swap and they're the cannibal. But I've started, so I'll finish. So Lorinda's going to continue to register as evil until we execute them. In which case, they'll start seeing who was evil. So I would like Kerry to be mad that Lorinda is evil, please.
Delightful. You got it.
Thank you.
Cheers. All right, this is quite fun. I really enjoy that this is still happening. Yeah. Also, thank you to all of you in chat who are answering all the rules questions while I try and run the night. Hey. You are
Hello?
delighted to learn that the harpy has selected you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine.
You are mad that Lorinda is evil.
Lorinda. Oh, that's so fine because Lorinda's, to me, is registering evil. I think is the recluse. I don't know. I'll play it up. That's fine.
Excellent. Cheers.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Oh, this is good. I also really love. I think like Lorinda and Rob have got a really good role swap going on with the cannibal and the recluse. And what's quite funny is that like, I think Evil maybe slightly thinks that Lorinda might actually be the cannibal, but I love that George is doing this whole thing not realizing, not knowing for sure that Lorinda is genuinely the recluse, and having them register as evil is just really silly. In this, register as evil is like the wrong technical wording, like they're not actually registering as evil, but just going, this is a character whose ability allows them to register as evil. I'm gonna make a bunch of people mad that they're just evil. It's funny. So yeah, love that for them. And let's find out who dies. Hey, hey.
Hello. I tell you what's not helpful in this game. When the good team doesn't tell me what they are. So, I thought Lorinda was the cannibal, but now I'm hearing that they might be the recluse. Jules gave me nothing apart from not monk or soldier. I don't think I can kill Brandon yet, and I don't know what Sam is. And then there's the chef one. Who do I kill? I'll go Jules, please.
You got it.
Thank you.
Cheers. I think that's actually probably a good kill, because that sort of makes it, not only does that, it makes the chef one world less likely, in the sense that both of Arwell's neighbors are dead, and so if they're looking for living chef ones, they're probably going to look more towards Brandon and Sam as a chef one. Unless they build exactly the Vig world. So I don't mind that. One other thing that is nice that I was just thinking about, because I was about to say to Carrie, like, oh, you know you're not the marionette, but then I realized that's not true, because if it's a little monster game, there could be a marionette and a harpy, and no player who actually has a demon token. So yeah, I think Jules dying there is actually pretty good for evil, both because it'll make the chef one look less likely. Rob is going to get another one as well, because Carrie the Oracle was killed during the day. And so I like that Rob's ability has just become, you wake up and you learn a 1. And Sam is going to get a no, because our minion is dead and can't nominate, and our recluse is intentionally choosing not to. So yeah, in no particular order, let's do those. Hey.
I'm alive.
You're alive, and no, a minion did
Nice.
not nominate yesterday.
That means Carrie was not a minion. Make fun.
I'm
Thank
sure
you.
Carrie will be happy to learn. Cool. Yeah, I think Town Crier, I actually really enjoy the interplay of the Town Crier with the marionette as well, because the Town Crier can help potentially, like, you know, lift some of that marionette paranoia out of good players. Because if there's some other player who shouldn't be evil if you're evil, saying, hey, I have information that points to you not being a minion, then you can be like, oh, good. And then on the flip side of that, if you are the marionette and a Town Crier is like, I think I have information that points to you being a minion, it could be a really rude awakening. Let's go give Rob another 1, which now I suppose to Rob's perspective can be about 3 things. Hey.
Hello.
I'm having a bit of deja vu, because you get a 1.
Okay. Okay.
You sound thrilled.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Thanks.
Okay. Cheers. What I love about this is that Rob, like, from a cannibal being a useful townsfolk perspective, Rob is having an amazing game. Like, he's gotten confirmation on a chef number. He's gotten confirmation on an oracle number. What I think is going to be really interesting is basically how the town approaches figuring out what type of demon is in play. Because I think if they can get to the world where the demon is a vigor mortis, then George and Arwell is a very reasonable team. However, if Rob stays alive, then George and Rob is also a pretty viable team. And so I think Evil's best chance here is going to be kind of playing it out and seeing, does town think it's a vigor mortis or not? Because if they think it's a vig, then having Arwell and Rob alive on the final day is going to be great for the Evil team. If they don't think it's a vig, then having probably Brandon or Sam alive, I think, would be the most helpful. So what's nice is that right now there's a lot of possibilities mechanically for what's going on. I think there's also a lot of social silliness, like the fact that everyone is just mad about Lorinda being evil. And we've got this kind of back and forth where, like, to Carrie and Brandon's perspective, it sort of seems like the others should be evil. And so, yeah, we'll see how things play out. At this point, there are now going to be 4 players dead when we wake up and 5 alive. So Brandon, this is the last night where Brandon does not receive information. He should receive information tomorrow night. So I think that'll be good. I like this in the chat. I root for whichever team has the best vibes. The problem in this game is that all of the players have the best vibes, so we kind of just root for them all and hope that I just root for the game to be interesting and fun for you all to see, and more importantly, fun for my players to play in. That's at the end of the day, like, that's what we're here for. So yes, that's all for tonight, because our oracle is dead. Our cannibal oracle's gotten information. Our mathematician is dying as we speak. And yeah, that's let's wake him up. Good morning. No fog today, just a dead Jules in the sun.
Yeah,
Oh no.
that's annoying.
Boo.
I'm either the cannibal or the recluse. I'm waiting for the other side of the.
I think it's about time you really out what which one you were.
I'm the recluse. I don't mind telling
You're the recluse. So then why did I die? Like.
because you're next to me, and there's 2 chef 1s out there.
Okay, so I'm the oracle.
Cannibal
with
got a chef 1, and the chef got a chef 1.
I'm an oracle with a 1.
Oracle with a 1.
Yes. So the 2 worlds that I'm building is
Brandon
that
and George.
George was Vigor killed and Brandon is
Yeah.
the demon. But the problem is that I don't know what. Oh, Vigor Mortis. Okay, so then Brandon would be the Vigor Mortis. The other world that I'm building is that Dan is evil. And you're trying to back Daniel up, and you're the 2 evils together.
I don't mind dying. I really don't. But Daniel's the one who's giving the chef 1, so that would be a bit awkward.
Yeah. So then who's this cannibal?
I don't really want to say.
I'm dead. I got executed with 4 votes.
Yeah, but getting executed means that good people thought you were evil.
But I think the fact that there was 4 votes on it and you weren't one of them, I think you're more likely to be the demon rather than a minion.
I think the cannibal will come out today. If they don't, I'm going to be starting to push on them anyway, because I don't actually know if they're good myself. So at some point I need them to come out.
I mean,
so it'd be
with
frustrating
counter
in that regard.
information not on you, I feel like you're just the demon candidate.
I don't mind dying.
Yeah.
I feel like it's George and Brandon would be my instinct at the moment.
George and Brandon.
But I don't know if anyone was harpy mad yesterday. There was no signs of harpy madness yesterday.
I feel like Jules was happy about that I was evil. So
Possibly. And you seem to be possibly harpy mad today that I'm evil, which would make it George and Brandon still.
no, I'm just trying to build words. Like
I understand. I can definitely
like
be
it.
evil. There's no reason why I'm not evil. I'm the recluse. I can always be evil. I haven't been voting because minion stuff though, which would make me not a minion at least.
But I think
would help in terms of not being the demon.
Yeah,
Sure.
because there's only one minion, right? And so like, it clears you of. It doesn't really. Yeah, I guess it clears you of them being minion, but doesn't clear you of being the demon.
I thought you were probably good just the way that the both the chefs got the same number, but I don't know where this 1 would be. If Rob had died as well, then maybe Puka, but I don't know.
Because that's why I'm like, who's the? Oh no, there's no way to jump, is there? Poisoning. Puka poison? No, who died? George.
What about no dashi? Where would a no dashi have to live? No dashi Baron? Is that a thing we can do and just have no dashi poisoning the 2 townsfolk that exist? That'd
no
be
Dashi,
disgusting,
no
James. Go away.
Dashi
Don't do
Baron
that.
games make me really sad.
No dashi Baron with 9 players. Just there'd be like 3 townsfolk and 2 of them would be poisoned. Oh my
I
god.
don't have enough tea left to effectively like hide things with a beverage right now. I'm gonna need to switch to water.
Okay, well we'll see. We'll see
Okay.
what's going on.
Cheers.
Okay,
Oh
bye.
no.
What I love about this is that I do tend to, use beverages, but like obviously that's not what's happening in the setup. We do have a Vig, but we don't have a Baron. But I like that I can just pretend, do the same things that I would do if that were actually the setup, just to mess with my players.
So this is what we do. We talk again tomorrow. I'm gonna go talk to. Wait, okay. Let's just recap what we just said. Okay?
We just have to
I'm
push
the
really
king.
hard for neither of you to be executed today, because then that forces the decision to choose. It forces the demon to choose between killing the king and killing the choir boy.
Yeah.
So let's just recap so that we didn't miss anything. I'm the king. George, you claim to be the king, but you're a filthy liar. But you're still good.
Yeah, I'm the
Arwell,
ogre who
you're
picks.
the real.
Oh well.
I mean, you're
I'm the choir
the real choir boy. So it's me and Arwell as a pair. George is the filthy liar from the good team. That's
But
okay.
I'm on Arwell's team, so it doesn't matter.
There's a possibility that Lorinda being recluse, Carrie could have been bad, Rob could be bad, and then Sam is what? The soldier?
I have no idea what Sam
I don't
is.
know.
Maybe the town crier, but I don't really.
If there's 2 chef ones out there, then you're the cannibal. There's no other way for there to be another chef one that I have.
I mean a role swap with a cannibal, or I am the cannibal. Like the
Okay,
Vector's the cannibal.
that
roles have been
that I
taken.
will accept.
Yeah,
That I will
and
accept.
I do know that the cannibal got a 1 yesterday, whether it was me or the other one.
Sure. I don't trust the chef one, the source, or the source, and thus the cannibal information that came from it.
Okay. Hopefully the cannibal or me will come out today as which one's which, and
I
we'll
think they
then
probably should.
work that out. Yeah, I think so too, because I don't know if they're good or
Because
not.
I at this point I would find it very unlikely for us to be benefiting by executing off of the chef one.
Okay, cheers.
Or evil.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that does
At
help.
least
Okay, so
I'm like
Let's have that.
99% confident I'm not evil.
I think that for me, the 2 worlds that we should be executing into is either Lorinda or Brandon. So I'm an oracle with a 1.
I can see why that would be awkward for you.
I do deeply
Yes.
love that
That-
on Marionette script, you're just like, okay, so I think we should kill my neighbors.
I think that's well. I can out now. I am the cannibal, and I got a 1 last night as well. So
Well, that's good.
and I got a
That's
1
good.
on the second night after Daniel was executed. I got
Okay.
chef 1.
This game
Yeah,
is
I'm the
not
recluse.
awesome.
We had a vague role swap just to muddy the waters a bit for a while.
Carrie, you back up Rob then?
I didn't
Well-
speak to Rob, but
Oh,
I
okay.
got the
Yeah,
same
well,
number.
Maybe
I'd
gave me a
opportunity to
number that
speak
is the
to
same as
Gary.
what Rob's number has just been claimed.
I
Yeah,
want to
and
make
I-
sure Jules has a chance to jump in as well.
Thanks. Yeah, because I have a lot of information that I think is probably useful. So yesterday I was Harpy mad, so sorry, Carrie. I was actually Harpy mad that Lorinda was evil, but everyone was like really on the recluse trade, so I wasn't sure I was gonna sell that. I'm really sorry, Carrie. I did not think you were evil particularly, but gotta do what you gotta do. I am the mathematician, and on night 1 I got a 0. And then so if George hadn't backed out of the Lorinda claim, that would have been really useful for me, but anyway. And then on night 2 I got a 1, and then obviously on night 3 I died, so potentially George is a vigor killed minion, but I'm having trouble finding where the chef 1 pair is.
That's
I don't
really
think
good.
Brandon
I
was
have no
even
claim
works.
with that.
Because
Sorry, what?
sorry, you finish.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Pucka or
No, so I think so
yeah.
it's a 9-player game. Oh wait, Vigor Mortis. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm back to confused again.
So, Jules, your theory
yeah,
is that There could be a poisoning demon of some sort that messed up somebody's information last night.
I don't particularly know what kind of demon we have, to be honest with you. The
I
bigger
th-
wolves will
I think
not be helpful.
yeah.
If only Kelly
Wait. I didn't know that. I'm sorry, George.
I think there has to be, because I think the only other way people's things wouldn't work would be a wrong ping on a recluse or a monk protection, and I don't think those things are happening. So
Well,
Yeah.
nominations are open.
Could a cannibal like beating an evil person? That would
No,
screw
that's the
that
cannibal's
one.
ability
It's a
function
certain
correctly.
Oh,
ability.
it's cannibal's ability. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Okay.
So, from my perspective, there's a strong world where George is a vigor killed minion.
Yeah, that's much easier to build, unfortunately, because I am an outsider, so that only
Or-
fits into that.
Or Daniel was a minion that was executed. Well,
Wait, hold
the
on,
Oracle
hold on.
one.
Backtrack a second. George, what are you?
I'm the ogre.
No, but I told you I was the ogre. I was hoping to
I
lie to you
enjoyed that
about
conversation a great deal. Yeah, it was
Aw,
fun.
damn it. Okay. So I'm presuming then ogre at Brandon, right?
No, I picked the choir boy.
Really?
You what?
Apparently. That's why I said
Did you?
yesterday. I'm the dead choir
Here I
boy.
am.
I'm
Well
trying to
done,
get the.
So I'm the choir boy. So that's why I don't think Brandon can be the demon or evil at all.
No, that works.
And I'm happy to come out with that, because if Brandon dies, I get infer, and if I die, Brandon gets infer. Assuming neither of us are executed, please.
I'm gonna
Linda
point
nominates
something out here before
Brandon.
people ask the question. Never mind. That'll have to
Okay.
wait.
I will let Lorinda's nom go through first, but of course this is a talking game, and you can say whatever you want at any time. So go for it, Lorinda, and then Sam, if you want to chime in at any point, you're welcome.
The world I've got at the moment is George is the ogre who picked Arwell the harpy, who then made George harpy mad to prove they were both evil. That would make Brandon the vigor, and George is backing him up.
Brandon.
What?
That would also account for the chef one twice.
This sounds like a very evil player trying to create a world where the one person that's been playing out good the whole time could be the demon, which makes absolutely no sense. Either Lorinda's playing bad or purposely being bad. Which one? This is not good.
I want to chime in here because it's important. The ogre's a new character, so it's worth just quickly diving into how it functions. The ogre's alignment change happens quite late in the night, specifically after the chef. It can't contribute to a chef number.
It would contribute to
Interesting.
the cannibal
Good
one,
to
though,
know.
right?
Thank you, Sam.
All right.
It would contribute to cannibal chef number, wouldn't it?
It
Yeah, wait, that's
takes 3 votes to put Brandon up for execution. Starting now.
Yeah. Also, Arwell can't have hardly picked me to prove anything because I was mad on night 1, not night 2.
Got it.
1 is not enough.
Alright. Rob G nominates Arwell.
Okay.
I think Arwell vigor killing George is a world. Works with the chef one, obviously. Assuming because I know I'm good, so that's my world.
Arwell.
Well, I'll start by saying I know I'm good. But I do find it strange that as soon as I said Brandon and me, as long as we're not executed, we'll get infer, the evil team that I was proposing today both have done a nomination. I think we should execute one of Rob G and Lorinda, and then one of the others tomorrow.
Alrighty. Once again, it takes 3. Starting now.
In that world, Rob, you would very like to be vigor poisoned, is my only complaint.
Yeah, but I made a joke about getting a 1 on
Two's
the
not
first night, and so I feel like I could totally get a 1 again.
I'll nominate Lorinda.
Alrighty.
I think if we leave Brandon and I alive, either Brandon gets infer and I die, or I get info and Brandon dies. And then as soon as I said that, the 2 that I think are the evil team, both nominated, I think one of them's the Nodashi, poisoning Daniel the chef. And the other one, I guess, is the harpy, based on the harpy claims.
Lorinda.
I would like
Yeah,
to
I'm
raise
just
my
a recluse.
hand.
I don't mind dying here. Recluse Cannibal is a very strange role swap. Also, every living player has their hand up.
Well, it takes 3. Starting now.
Rob's gonna drop his hand because he's evil.
Rob didn't get a claim from me and knew what to say as the cannibal.
Which is why I'm going for this over Rob.
All right, 3 votes is enough.
I will say I had you down as chef.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, well, you finish.
I was going to say I had you down as chef, Daniel, for you nominating me saying I was the chef. So maybe Rob just guessed that. I mean, Rob might be the cannibal and Lorinda the demon.
There's a lot
The
of
other
people
guess on
building
Kerry's
worlds
number
with-
was far guessy though.
There's a lot of people building
Also,
worlds
I'm-
with false shift zeros, by the way, and I want to bring up Jules's mathematician number, and the fact that we
Yeah.
now have 2 claimed outsiders. So Daniel being poisoned by a demon is increasingly less and less likely.
Right. That's what I was gonna say. If my math 0 and night 1 is true, then Daniel's chef number has to be right. So either I'm poisoned or he's poisoned.
Well, no, 'cause that can go with you being the drunk and the recluse being evil, right? Like,
Yeah, it absolutely can.
Or the
Yeah,
ogre.
also, if you were poker poisoned that night.
Closing the day.
No. So Jules would not be poker poisoned the night they received the
5.
0. They would be poker poisoned the night they received the 1.
The night I got a 1. Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah. Sorry.
2.
I mean, Lorinda's gonna die.
Are we okay
anyway.
with Lorinda dying?
Half
Yes.
mad that Lorinda's evil.
Well,
but I don't know how
Lorinda-
this works.
Is executed and dies.
Kerry, you just said you were hypermed today?
Yeah, that Lorinda was evil.
Huge, thank you.
Good night. Ooh, that's very interesting. I was tempted a little bit. Not that tempted, but I think Kerry coming out there as Harpy Mad is quite informative because it points to a world where evil players are, still alive and still active, more importantly. So I think that'll be quite interesting to see how this plays out. Jules absolutely has the right world, which is fantastic. Okay, we can see the evil team planning here in their neighbor whispers as well, which is great. I think, killing Brandon makes sense because it gives Arwell some credibility, and that way Arwell can just claim that one of the other 2 living players, I'm assuming he'll probably point at Rob. And I think what we have to do, because the game is continuing, is give Sam a yes off of the Recluse, because Lorinda did nominate yesterday. And that works in both worlds. It works in the world where Lorinda's the minion to Rob is the demon, and it works in the world where none of them are... it works in the world to confirm Lorinda as well. So I think it's okay. I was debating, but given that someone's going to be Harpy Mad tomorrow, I think we just give a yes and say yes, a minion nominated, and then we see where the Harpy Madness is. I'm also going to I will say this now before we go and talk to George, but I can't register Rob as evil to the Town Crier because Rob did not have the recluse ability at the time that Rob nominated yesterday. But that doesn't actually matter because Lorinda nominated yesterday, so Lorinda will register as evil to the Town Crier. So what I was going to say as well is that George is our Harpy, and technically, the Harpy could pick a non-demon living player, make them mad about someone else being evil, and then just break madness and say, let's say George picks Sam. George could just be like, I think Sam is so good, and then, I could kill Sam. One of the important things with the Harpy is that it's an ability that might function. These players might die. On a final day, especially in a game where the player in question, the Harpy, has been killed by the Vigor Mortis, I would be very, very unlikely to allow them to just win the game by breaking madness in that way. Because I don't think that's super fun for anyone. I think I think so much of madness is about obfuscating information and about building worlds and creating narratives and forcing players to say things that they don't think are true or push things that are wrong because of their ability. And so if a good player is made mad that someone else is evil, I would expect that good player to be, holding to the madness and making sure that they are, if let's say Sam is mad that Rob is evil, I'm going to want Sam to really be pushing on Rob. And if he, says, I think Rob is good, I would kill them. if George makes himself mad, I probably would not kill George and another living player, just because I don't think that would be super fun for anyone in the game. And I will openly let George know that if he asks. I think this is a really great example as well of like when it's nice to talk to your storytellers, because if a player was planning on that, didn't ask, and I didn't, butt in to say, hey, actually, like if this is your plan, I'm probably not going to do that for you, then they would feel disappointed and feel like I'd let them down because they had this great plan and then I just like ignored it. So I don't want my players to feel ignored. I want them to feel heard, but I also want them to understand like how I'm going to run the game as much as they can. All that said, let's go talk to George. Hey.
This isn't going to work, but it's been fun. So it's time to frame Lorinda as the harpy. So we'll have Lorinda be mad about Brandon being evil, please.
That's incredible, and I love it. Amazing. Thank you. Cool. I'm so glad I talked for so long about living players being mad, because 2 dead players are mad, and that's so funny. That's just an absolute delight. Because, like, if Lorinda makes madness, nothing happens. Let's switch these around. Alrighty. This is so good. Yeah, I will add, I'm less talking through this whole process of harping madness because I think George is the sort of player who would do that, because I actually don't. I think George very much values like what's going to be fun and what's also going to help my team. And yeah, it was much more just to kind of talk through so that, people watching this can get a sense of like what might or might not be a good choice. And again, it also comes down to your players. Like some groups of players are like, this is a completely acceptable play. Like if you are a harpy or a Cerenovus and you make it to the end of the game and you can make somebody mad and then just break madness to win, like if your entire group agrees like that's how we want to play, then as a storyteller, like you should do that, because if that's what your players want, like do what's fun for your players. I know in this group, like I know these players well enough to know that like they would much rather have a final day and play it out. So yeah, anyways, let's go tell Lorinda that they're mad. Hello. The harpy has selected you to be mad that Brandon is evil.
Okay, thank you very much. Cheers.
You're welcome. Cool. Yeah, I think that'll be an interesting one, because Lorinda's smart enough to know that like there are no consequences to this madness as soon as they find out that Brandon is dead when we wake up. So we do have to technically get that pick still from Arwell. Hey.
Hi. Hello.
I saw you planning with George in the chat, and I was been talking about this all night to chat as if like I know what you've picked, and then I was like, oh, I do need to actually go literally get your pick. So.
Oh, I've changed my mind, I think.
Ooh.
So I said it was Brandon because I was going to come out with my info. Then I was like, I should go Sam, but I'm worried Sam's the soldier. So then I was thinking, let's do Rob G, because someone said it'd be a 50-50 between me and Brandon. But now I'm thinking I should go Sam, because if Sam's the soldier, it could look like a pucker. Oh, this is tough. But then George has done his picks. Oh my god.
This is fun. Hey, no wrong answers. Like at the end of the day, it's gonna be fun no matter what.
Let's go Sam.
Sam.
Yeah, thanks.
All right. Oh, that's quite fun. So Brandon is alive, which means Lorinda will actually need to stick to that madness. Sam is not, it's not going to matter whether or not a minion nominated. What's really fascinating about this is that I'm pretty sure the reason that the evil team thinks that Sam might be the soldier is because Carrie said soldier on the first day and they were in that role swap of Town Crier and Oracle. So yeah, I think that's probably the most balanced kill, I would say, because Brandon and Arwell evil together is going to be really tricky with Lorinda pushing really hard on Brandon. And Rob, I think it would be very silly and fun to wake up Rob and give Rob another one because Lorinda in that world would be registering as evil to Rob. I am not convinced that that is helpful. It's one of those things that's really like genuinely tough, because if this was just a game that I was running like I don't know. If I was running this game at 2 a.m., like in a silly mood with a bunch of friends, I would unquestionably be like, oh, I'm just going to mess with you. Just going to give you a 1 because it's silly and like you can figure that out. I'm tempted to do that. I don't want to do it just because it's like funny to see for stream, because I do think it might, like, I'm worried about it taking a lot of attention away from actually trying to solve the puzzle of the game. And knowing like the good players in particular who are in this game, I think they're all very inclined to like trying to solve the puzzle. And I'm genuinely torn, because on one hand, I think it's a fun puzzle to solve, to be like, wait, if the recluse registered as evil to the cannibal, then the cannibal's poisoned, so they can just get anything. Oh, and we've disconnected. Classic. Fortunately, it's still night. Oh, you guys can hear me now, because I disconnected
totally
and then
can.
I unmuted.
I can now hear you saying, unfortunately, it's still night. That's what we heard.
Yeah, cool. I figured as much. Yeah, I'm gonna mute myself again and keep blathering on to chat, and then, you know, you'll wake up soon. Just consider, I sleep talk, don't worry about it. Cool. I'm really glad we caught that before we said anything incriminating. So yeah, I think Brandon being in Final 3 is very interesting for Arwell. Yeah, I think I'm gonna not do it just because, like, it's fun, but this way it's an easier, like, if Lorinda were actually evil, I don't think I would wake up Rob. And so that, I think, to me is what it comes down to, that if Lorinda was really an evil minion that was executed, I wouldn't wake up Rob and go like, hey, here's the thing. Similarly, if Lorinda and Rob were evil together, Rob would be incredibly unlikely to go, I learned another 1, like, because he knows that Lorinda's bluffing Recluse, and so to support that bluff, he would probably say, oh, I didn't get woken. So I think I'm gonna not wake him, and we will just appreciate that sometimes if you're playing a very silly game with your friends and a Recluse is executed, you can absolutely mess with the cannibal by waking them up and doing whatever the heck you want. In this case, we're not gonna do that. Oh, what's interesting is that we do need to give Brandon information. And Brandon's going to get really, really, really powerful information. So I think what we do, I think we tell Brandon the demon type. I think we tell Brandon Vigor Mortis. Because that's going to be, yeah, I think Cannibal's too strong. I think King is too weak. And I think Vigor Mortis is really interesting because if Arwell is good, then Lorinda and Rob is probably that evil team, which also works with a Vig. And it will help the rest of the game, the rest of the players, build worlds where it's not a Vig. So yeah, I'm quite happy about this. I think we're gonna tell Brendan Vigor Mortis. Hey.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good. I'm excited because you are the king. And yes, you live to learn that there is, be careful, there's a Vigor Mortis out there.
Ooh. That's all I learned?
That's what you learn. You get to learn...
I don't learn who?
No, you just learn one alive character. So you learn that...
So there's still a Vigor Mortis alive. That's all I learned.
What you learn is that there is a Vigor Mortis alive right now. And you also know, because you're getting information, that you're alive.
You know what? That is still very powerful information.
It is indeed.
Okay.
King doing work in this
Which
town.
Which makes sense. It makes sense. I feel like, you know, we're getting some weird information. So maybe Vig is poisoning somebody. That's interesting. Okay. Okay,
all
I can
right.
work with this.
Amazing. Good luck.
Thank you.
Alrighty. So yeah, I think it's super strong, but what's really nice is that there's some flexibility in the worlds. Yeah, I think if they're building that George is evil, then either of Arwell and Rob can be that Vig, so it's not totally game solving, and it will really come down to what's going on. Hey!
Hi there, I just want to ask regarding Harpy Madness. If we get to the situation where town believes there's only one good alive, and I say I think it's Brandon, but I will vote on the other person if the good person nominates them, can I tread that line without breaking madness, if I'm careful?
So, I think basically, to your perspective, you're going to have like whatever worlds you're building are going to have Brandon as evil, but that doesn't mean that Brandon has to be the demon in them. And so I think as far as voting and things goes, as long as you can justify what you're doing by saying, look, I think Brandon is evil, and this other person is the one that I want to kill, like that's fine to me. But I think when you're building those worlds, if people are like pushing on you and going, but like that world doesn't work, then you're gonna need to try and come up with a different world. And like as long as you're
I was just worried about the
convincing...
dead vote, that's all. That's
yeah. No,
okay,
I'm not gonna be like, no, you have to dead vote on the person you're harping mad about. That feels unfun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Cheers.
I still might, but thank you.
Cool. Awesome. All right. I think that's all we've got to do. So let's wake them up. And yes, I think if they really think about it, and if they trust Carrie's information, if they think Carrie's not the drunk, because if Brandon is good, then Carrie should be sober most likely, unless it's a puka, because Brandon could be puka poisoned, and then I could tell Brandon Vig when it's really a puka. So I think there's still worlds. I'm quite pleased with how this game has gotten to the point that it's at, because it does feel like the right world is there, and some of the players have gotten it and they've grabbed onto it. Like Jules is spot on. Like they've totally got it, which is amazing. I'm so happy for them, because I know they were a little nervous coming in, like playing a game on stream and whatnot, but like they're crushing it. But yeah, at the same time, I think there's a lot of possible worlds, and it doesn't feel like the world that is the true world is like overwhelmingly really obviously like, yeah, this is the right one. So let's just double check. Oh, it looks like Sam has a little bit of an internet issue, so we'll just kind of talk for a little bit just to make sure that Sam has a chance to get back in. I will let the players know that this is the case,
and then there's other worlds in which at least part of my information makes sense. If it's a pucka, then my night 1 information is right and my night 2 information is arbitrary. I feel like the night 1 0 is interesting.
Just as a quick heads up,
that messes with a lot
for
of worlds.
You all. Sam is having some internet issues, so the night has finished and we're just waiting for Sam to get those internet issues solved. So, do whatever you want, talk about rainbows and sunshine or the game, but we're just going to keep it on night while we wait for Sam to get that resolved.
While we have you, Jams, can we get a clarification with mathematical recluse marionette situation? Does it ping? Yeah, does the marionette sitting next to the recluse ping the mathematician?
Oh. Yes, if so you're saying at setup, if the recluse registers as the demon and then the marionette sat next to the recluse instead of next to the actual demon, that does register to the mathematician, because the marionette's ability is you neighbor the demon, and if the demon that they're neighboring is not the actual demon, then that's a malfunction. Yeah.
Okay, sweet. Thank you.
Fun stuff.
I'm good.
Okay, I'm gonna go
exciting.
hang out with chat while we wait for Sam. Cool.
Hey, chat.
Amazing. Cool. Yeah, I think this is a little bit tough because generally, like, you do want to try and limit the amount of time that players have to, like, solve, especially during the night. But in this case, it's important to me that Sam is able to be around and involved in the final day. And so I am going to try and wait. Sorry about that. Allergy season is brutal here. I don't know where you guys live, but I am absolutely dying. But yes, we are going to see. Hopefully Sam can get stuff resolved. Worst case, we can try and get someone in to play the role of Sam for just the final day. But in this case, like, it's a final day situation. I wouldn't want that to happen. And so we're going to just hope that Sam is able to get internet things sorted. So yes. Oh, and to answer the question in chat, if the marionette is sat next to the recluse, that is only mentioned during the setup, or that only registers to the mathematician during the setup phase of the game. And so if basically that malfunction happens, it happens at setup, which the mathematician would learn about things that have malfunction, including setup, when they get their information at the end of night 1. And then on following nights, they would not continue to get... It's not an ongoing thing that happens. It's just a thing that has happened at setup. So it's a one-time registration to the mathematician. Yeah. All right. Yes. Oh, good. I'm glad everyone is commiserating with the allergy struggles. Alrighty. Let's see. We have not heard anything back yet from Sam, but we will... Oh, there we go. I think he's made it. Amazing.
That could very well be possible. So,
Hey.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Perfect. This'll do for now then.
Cool. Are you ready to go?
Let's do it.
Cool. You're dead. I mean, you'll know this in a second, but I just wanted to make sure that you knew that you weren't supposed to get information tonight. Cool. All right. Cheers. Good luck. Alrighty. Let's do this.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'm
good
curious
morning.
about the Sam world. Oh, sorry.
Sam is back. Sam is here. Sam is dead.
welcome back.
Okay, so it's not Sam, right?
What the heck just
I
happened?
think Arwell's just the Vigor Mortis and George is the Harpy.
And Jaws is big poison. Yeah.
Nope.
And Brandon, you're probably good. Oh, well, actually, Brandon, your first night of information.
Sam,
Can we
what's your
just do
claim?
a roundy round?
We can't hear you, Brandon.
Yeah.
Brandon, say cannibal.
James, Jams, where should I start? Should I start?
Yeah, it's just your guys' game. You say what you can say whatever you want at any time. Again, core rule of Clocktower. I'm not gonna tell you what to say.
Oh, Brandon, go.
Okay, let's go roundy round.
Can anyone else
Okay.
not hear Brandon?
I can hear Brandon.
I can hear Brandon.
I'll
Daniel,
refresh.
you might need to refresh. Yeah. Okay, we're getting
Okay,
technical
okay.
difficulties.
The puzzle's hard enough when we can hear each other.
Yeah, Brandon, we're all good.
All right. So, I'm the king. Okay. There's someone that's claimed to me to be my choir boy. Last night, I got some really interesting information. The information I got was that there was still an alive Vigor Mortis. So that's my information. I'll pass this to Sam.
Hi, I'm the town crier. I've just lost all my notes because I've had to change devices. But best I can remember, I have a yes on Brandon, Kerry, Daniel, Rob G, and George. I have a no on Jules and Kerry, and then I died, right? I feel like I'm missing something in there.
There was
No,
a
it's
night
okay.
where I nominated and one other person nominated and it was a mess and it doesn't really matter what you learn that night anyway.
Yeah,
you
that
should-
was last
You should have
night.
two
I
nights
died.
information, right? Because he died in night,
Yeah.
night 4.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
Cool. So yeah. So basically, my information says that unless it's Little Monster, Kerry, Lorinda, Jules, Arwell are all not minions.
Yeah, I'm in Rob's world of George and Arwell. That makes the most sense to me.
Who are you?
Oh yeah. Oh, we're going around. Right. Sorry. I'm the mathematician. Night 1, I got a 0. Which is why I've been pretty hard on that chef one because I think it's probably true. Night 2, I got a 1, and I think I was probably Vig poisoned by George. And night 3, I died. I was also Harpy mad on day 2.
I'm the choir boy.
I'm on Arwell's team. Please don't kill him.
I believe that.
I believe that.
I'm the cannibal. I've got night 2 got a 1 from chef 1, and night 3 I got a oracle 1. Nothing last night from the recluse. I think I'll come up with my vote later, but kind of.
Chef with a 1.
Recluse.
Oracle with the 1 when Daniel and George died.
Okay, we're back.
All right.
Yeah, okay.
Brandon, who do you think it is between Rob G and Arwell?
Sheesh.
It's Rob G.
Okay.
I mean, Brandon, you know I'm the choir boy. You wouldn't be in the... Well, I mean, you could be in the game without me, but I trust you. We obviously, we have that chat and we trust each other. It has to be Rob.
I'm in the world that is just Arwell, and Arwell has claim Choirboy to either try and get you on side, Brandon, and or frame you as the demon and act like a minion who's backing you up. I think these are all things I believe Arwell will do, and
But if I'm the demon, I just killed Brandon in the night because there's no choir boy.
yeah, and then you're forced to point to one person and push on one person.
I just point at you.
You're still in the same position today.
Yeah, as opposed to now, where
logically, you're forced to push on me. But it's that I'm more socially trusted than Brandon, right?
And that's what
because of my information.
But because you're socially trusted, that's why you've kept me alive. I think Rob G's the vigor, and I think George has had me on all game. I've told George all the info since day one. That's probably why Rob's got this cannibal info to go with.
If George is the vigor killed minion, you basically would be the vigor poisoned player, but that doesn't work with a lot of the other information we've got in town. Then
so you're
why
saying I'm
wouldn't
vigor
I
poisoned?
kill Brandon and you get a vigor poisoned pointing at Sam?
I'm
For
still in the
this
world with
situation.
Brandon, George, and Arwell, personally.
I don't think that
make
can
Daniel
work
Chef-
because I don't think
No.
the chef one doesn't.
I can't make Daniel Chef
Work.
one work. I can make
Yeah.
your Chef one work, obviously, but yeah.
Lorinda, the chef one is between George and Arwell.
I mean, it's not.
Um,
but okay.
but-
Brandon's
Why are we not looking at
importantly,
Rob?
it can't be a chef one between George Evil Ogre and Arwell like a minion because the chef goes before the ogre can turn.
What scares me is that George was kind of defending Brandon for a while. Then it looked like we might kill Brandon for vigor purposes. Then George
Because-
did a bit of a shifteroo.
No, I think George knew that they would eventually be outed as a potential minion, and so was backing up Brandon to try and both taint Brandon by association, and also, if you're believed, for a while back up Arwell. But
I spoke to Arwell on day one and I got the Choirboy claim. I couldn't claim Choirboy to Brandon because I had to make up a reason for Lorinda to be evil. But as soon as I stopped being mad, I went to Brandon and was like, "Hi, I'm the Choirboy." Because if the king thinks the Choirboy is dead, that's great news for demons. The demon will believe them and kill them.
So in your world, George, if it's not Brandon, who do you think it is?
It has to be Rob Key from my perspective because I'm forced to trust Arwell, and I trust Brandon through Arwell. So there's only one demon candidate for me.
Well, nominations are open.
Rob G nominates Arwell, and if it's Brandon, well, that's a great play.
Alright.
Great plays by Arwell.
Yeah, I always make this mistake. I wait too long to nominate, then I'm stuck with the crumbs. Crap.
Well,
Sheesh, that's a lot of hands. This can't
Rob,
be Arwell.
anything else you
Arwell
want to
can't
say?
be bad. Sheesh. Daniel, put your hand down. Oh no.
There's only one other evil player
Alright.
though besides the demon. Brandon.
Before
Was
we
the
vote,
ogre.
Arwell, is
Just
there
a lot
anything
of
you'd
vote.
like to say?
I mean, people are saying that Rob's socially trusted, and it's all because Kerry was executed. Rob didn't speak to Kerry all day, and then in town says, "I got a 1 last night," and everyone's like, "Yeah, Rob's 100% now confirmed can't be the demon." Lives till the end, and everyone's like, "Yeah, he can't be the demon. It must be Arwell." Execute me if you want. He gave a 1, and apparently that rules him out as a demon candidate. But I know he's the demon.
Alrighty. Takes 2 votes to put Arwell up for
There's too many
execution.
votes here. Somebody
Starting
put your hand
now.
down. Super
Brendan, there's 2 evil players.
There's only 2 evil
and
players.
we
This
think it's
is
George. So I think the
totally
problem
normal.
with Arwell's argument is that we can't explain Jules's Mathematician 1
4
if Rob
votes
G is the Vigor Mortis.
is enough.
Well, Jules could be the vigor killed. Why does everyone trust Jules?
Because I got an Oracle 1.
Jules, you're muted.
Why does everyone trust Kerry? Why does everyone trust him?
You're still muted.
Jules, you're still muted.
We believe in you.
Also hilarious.
Wait, let Jules talk.
Right, but the only
I've been reading
the
lips for
only
2
world
minutes.
that where it could be Rob as the pucka who poisoned Brandon last night. And that's why we're
It's
getting the
Vigor
big
Mort.
world.
Oh,
But right.
Wait,
But if you were poisoned last night, you could have seen Vig, and it's actually a Pucka World. That's my only fear with just Rob getting some lucky pings, but otherwise it all like tracks on Arwell.
Well, Arwell is about to die with 4 votes.
I'll nominate the demon. I'll nominate Rob, please.
You got it.
So we know it's not Brandon for 100%. I think it's. I do actually think that it's Rob and George. I don't know why we trust Kerry's information. I don't know why we trust Daniel's information. I think we should just get Rob. Brandon, you know it's Rob. I know it's Rob.
Anything you want to say?
5 votes? I just don't think
My defense is yes, getting a 1 in the night on this script as the cannibal is the safe random pick to go with because it covers the most of the townsfolk. And I was joking with Jams about that. Like, what's the most useless piece of info I could get as a 1 to try and confirm myself? But apparently, it was good enough for Daniel. And then I got it again. So I was actually worried about being poisoned or drunk. But
All right. Takes 4 votes to tie and 5 votes to put Rob up for execution.
You would trust mine and Kerry's information because there's a harpy, so we can't be the marionette.
But you could be evil some other way, probably. Help.
3 votes is not enough. Brandon, would you like to nominate yourself?
No.
Yeah, we all agree Brandon's good, right? Everything else agrees that.
this all falls apart if Arwell's
Absolutely
the
not
ogre
agreeing on that,
George,
George.
and
I really definitely don't.
If Arwell's the
Brandon's
evil ogre again, I'm
Well,
gonna
in that
hate
case,
this.
the game
I'm gonna
is
hate
over.
this.
Arwell is executed and dies. And I have to congratulate Rob G's team. The good team on your victory because you have just killed the Vigor Mortis. So let's start with Brendan. Brendan is the king. Brendan correctly learned that there is a Vigor Mortis in play. We did actually talk to chat a little bit, loving the fact that it could also still be a Pucka world if Brendan exactly was Pucka poisoned at that point. But you were not because Arwell is your one and only Vigor Mortis. Lorinda is the only outsider in play, the recluse, who never actually impacted anyone's information in this game, in large part because they made the choice to never nominate, which was hugely helpful to Sam the Town Crier, except for the part where 6 people nominated on day 1, which was less helpful to Sam the Town Crier. Fortunately, one of those players, the first one, was George the Harpy. So Sam got a yes, and then Sam couldn't get a yes anymore unless Lorinda nominated because the only minion was dead because of the Vigor Mortis. Some of you were able to get to that. Jules, the mathematician, had a fantastic solve, basically nailing the evil team dead to rights because they were poisoned by the Vigor Mortis. Ultimately, I had a long talk with Chad about this, who should be poisoned, and we decided that it made more sense and created more possibilities for the evil team to poison that mathematician and give a false mathematician 1 when no one had actually malfunctioned on that second night, meaning that Rob the Cannibal got a correct sober 1 after you executed Daniel the Chef, and then also got a correct sober 1 after you executed Carrie the Oracle, who was getting that 1 because of George the Harpy, but had a great deal of marionette paranoia. I think probably my favorite conversation of the whole game was Carrie and Sam going, I think we need to kill Brandon because Brandon could be the Nodashi, but we can't kill Brandon because we could be the marionette. It was absolute delight. So that was your game of Get Out of My Swamp. I was really excited to see Ogre as a bluff, and Ogre used as a bluff. I loved all of the silly plans that the evil team had this game.
Damn it.
Yes, Ogre was not in play, but what I did love was that George right away sort of picked up on the fact that Lorinda might have been the recluse after making himself Harpy mad on the first night that Lorinda was evil, and then spent the rest of the game making various people mad that Lorinda was evil, going, they register as evil anyways, it's probably fine on night 2. I don't think he's the recluse, but I think I'm just going to make people mad about them anyways. And then, of course, after Lorinda was killed, going, I'm going to make Lorinda mad that Brandon is evil. And so on the final day, that was also really fantastic. There were a couple of shout outs in chat for how well Lorinda played that madness on the final day, because it was so subtle, so good. And also just so funny to see all of the other good players being like, Lorinda, Brandon can't be evil. Like, that doesn't work with the chef one. And Lorinda's doing like, no, Brandon is evil. Like, what a joy.
George, I have to know, did you know that Ogre was a block when we spoke on the first day?
Yes. Oh, well, I spoke immediately.
Damn it.
All right. You all know how much I like to continue talking about this, but I actually have to go run and do a surprise TPI takeover. So I'm going to quickly wrap things up, and then I will see everyone over at the Pandemonium Institute stream. So thank you all so much. Let's wave goodbye to chat.
Shout out to Carrie, who told me not to nominate Rob G. Good job, Carrie.
Amazing. So yes, I am going to be running the TPI stream today because Ben is busy at UKGE, so I'm going to very quickly get things sorted and switch over there. And I will hopefully see you all over there. It's twitch.tv/the Pandemonium Institute. I don't think I can do a raid to a stream that hasn't started yet because I have to go start it. So I'm just going to end this one, and yeah, I will catch you all in a few moments. See you all soon.